Welcome to Aging on the Suncoast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Catherine Bursch, Outreach Manager for the Area Agency on Aging of Pasco-Pinellas, and your host today. We've got a great program coming up with some important information for seniors. First up, we'll talk about some of the services for seniors in our area and the first step you should take to find out what's available. And later in the program, we'll show you a fun game that helps fight a very serious problem. But now back to the Area Agency on Aging. I get asked all the time, what do you folks do? Well, part of our mission is to help seniors live well at home. And to do that, we provide some services directly, and we also work with a host of partner agencies. The goal is to help seniors stay in their homes longer safely. So, how do seniors or their family members find out about those services? Well, the best way is to call our helpline.
Thanks for calling Area Agency on Aging. My name is Siobhan.
My name is Eddie. How can we assist you today?
The doorway to senior services in Pasco and Pinellas is the Area Agency on Aging's helpline.
It is absolutely a resource. We want it to be a trusted resource that people can go to.
Hey, how you doing today?
A client's first contact with us is often a friendly voice on the end of the line.
So just to give you a brief overview.
An information specialist who lends a listening ear.
She does need help in certain areas.
And a helping hand.
Just answering the call, oftentimes they tell us, oh my gosh, you are the first person that has answered the call. I've called so many places.
A caller might want information about local senior centers because they're lonely and want to get out of the house and have some fun.
Makes us feel, makes seniors feel good because family members are so busy in that, and sometimes we're kind of left, in the corner, so to speak. Here we go. 1.
Or maybe a senior has recently taken a tumble. You could use a program like A Matter of Balance, a class aimed at preventing falls.
Oh yeah, I love the class. That's phenomenal. You get a 10 out of 10 for sure.
But often the senior calling is in crisis and the need for help urgent.
Oh my goodness, they can be extremely worried and distraught because they are facing situations like homelessness.
Those situations take priority, and agency staff and partners work to provide solutions. It takes a team.
We got a call from a lady who didn't know where to turn. She had gone to the hospital and lost her apartment while she was in the hospital. She didn't know what to do, and fortunately, we were able to connect her with an affordable apartment that she was able to move into after she was released. On top of that, we were able to get her services, so she has help in the home, and she couldn't have been happier because that is what she wanted. She wanted to live independently and not go into a facility.
Along with housing, food is also a necessity. Local seniors can find assistance through congregate meal sites or the Meals on Wheels program.
There you go.
Thank you. What is your name?
Rachel.
And again, the services provided can be life-changing, and in some situations, even life-saving. Here's what Bonnie, a Meals on Wheels recipient, had to say.
And I have stage 4 breast cancer, and by the time you guys got to me, I weighed 107 pounds. I am now 140 pounds. And I swear to God, it's because of Meals on Wheels.
It starts with a simple phone call.
I am the caregiver for my mother.
And in the best cases, ends with services and a senior living well at home.
Being able to help those who are desperate and don't know where to turn, that's what I love doing.
Joining me now is Tanya Martino. She's a coworker of mine and the Helpline Director. Thanks for being with us today, Tanya.
Thank you, Catherine, for having me.
So, Tanya, let's take a deep dive into just how that helpline works. First, the very basic question, who should call it?
really anyone. It could be yourself looking for services for you to remain in the home. It could be a loved one, your spouse, a neighbor, anyone that really needs services to remain in the home should call the helpline to get information.
So with all those calls coming in, I imagine they're pretty wide-ranging. Give me some examples of what people are asking about.
Well, we really get anything from urgent calls, such as I'm a senior, I'm homeless. We get those types of calls. I don't have electric right now. We get those types of calls, whereas we also get calls such as, I really just need someone to help me with chores around the house. I really need help with home delivered meals. So it really is a wide variety of calls that we do take.
Now, I imagine with people calling in dire straits, it takes a special person to answer those calls. How stressful can that job be?
It is really stressful. I honestly feel like the helpline has the most stressful job, and maybe in our entire agency, because they never know what call is going to be on the other end. They take live calls, they return voicemails, but they never really know what they're getting into until they're actually speaking with the person. So it takes someone who really cares about the person, and all of our staff really do. They are so empathetic, caring, and they really just want what's best for people to remain independent in their homes.
This is a calling for them. This is what they feel like been meant to do.
Yes, absolutely. And our team, we just have an amazing team of people that really do care genuinely about people.
So after the call comes in, what happens next? Walk us through the process.
Sure. So a call comes in, and it could be like I was saying, a general information call. They're calling about electric assistance, utility assistance. They're looking for in-home services, like I was saying, for the homemaking or Meals on Wheels. What happens is if they are just looking for information, they could be given information on a resource that's available to help them with that utility bill. Or if they need long-term care in-home services to help them maintain staying in their home, they will be provided an appointment to talk to another team of people that we have in-house, our intake department, to do a telephone screening. At that point, they will go through the screening with staff. The staff will answer a bunch of questions. The staff person will put them on the appropriate waiting list for what they might be eligible for.
So it's really a tiered process that people go through to hopefully get connected with services.
Absolutely. It is kind of a convoluted process, so that's why it really is important to call the helpline, because they will steer you in the right direction.
About how many calls do you get in a week or a month? And I understand that sometimes people have to leave a message.
Yes. Unfortunately, fortunately, people do know about us because we do take about 850 calls a week. That's been our average for this calendar year so far. So yes, we do. We only have 9 staff working on our helpline team, so it's really important for people to leave a voicemail with their name and a general message and their phone number so that we can call you back. We also always tell people, please don't leave multiple messages, because it does bog down the lines. It does, make it longer for us to call you back. You will get a call back.
Once you call it kind of establishes a case, so having more of those cases just makes more work for everyone.
Absolutely.
So can someone call before they're in dire straits just to find out, maybe I might need something down the line? Can they call in those circumstances?
Absolutely. And it is a good idea to just get familiar with what's out there. Maybe you're helping a neighbor and you're not in crisis, and then you are familiar with our phone number when you do need it. It's terrible when someone does call and they're in that crisis situation, such as I'm homeless, or I don't have any electric, but at least they know where to call at that point. So it is good to start, if you need information, call us.
Now, I know some of the services that we're hooking people up with have a waiting list. That's unfortunate, but that's what we're dealing with, right?
It absolutely is. And yes, like I was saying, during the screening process, you will get put on wait list for what you are appropriate for and eligible for. And we always tell people at the end of those screening calls, please call us back if your situation changes, because it's important that we update your information so that you are waiting with the best score, the most realistic picture of where you are at in that moment of time, because it is based on score of how much help you need, versus like I called 2 years ago and I'm still on the waiting list. That does happen because it's based on need. So when your situation changes, it's very important that people call us back.
So if people are in really dire straits and it's a crisis situation where immediate action is needed, they're kind of bumped to the top of the list.
Yes, they are. But there is a waiting list, and we don't have any magic power to release clients. It really depends on funding and funding availability at the time.
Thanks so much, Tanya, for joining us today and adding all that important information for folks. That helpline is the key here.
It is. It really is the gateway to everything we do in the Aging Network. So thank you for having me.
Really appreciate your time. Now, as you've just heard, that helpline is the doorway to services. So let's give you that number. Call 1-800-963-5337. Once again, that number is 1-800-963-5337. And we'll show you that number again at the end of the program. Any bingo fanatics out there? Well, stick with us. When we come back, I'll show you a game that also helps fight fraud.
Lake Sunland Parks Trail just got an upgrade. This brand new extension connects to the existing loop, now giving you more than 3 miles to walk, run, and roll. Designed to showcase the park's natural beauty, this trail offers a winding path through an oak tree canopy. It's made to get walkers, runners, and cyclists off the road and into the park. And now it's even better with more space to explore and enjoy. Start your journey today at Lake Seminole Park.
Have you caught the wave? It's Pinellas County's monthly newsletter, putting the latest from Pinellas County government directly in your inbox. Want to know what's happening here? Or here? Or even here? Sign up now to catch the wave at pinellas.gov/thewave.
Welcome back to Aging on the Suncoast. I'm Catherine Bursch. In this half of the program, we're talking about a very serious problem, Medicare fraud. Scammers may target seniors, but fraud hurts us all because taxpayers also pay the price. So how can seniors learn about scams and what they should do and not do? We've got a novel approach. It's called bingo. Where there's bingo, seniors are bound to gather.
G50.
But the game going on inside this senior living complex is a bit different.
066.
There's still enthusiasm.
I'm just a bingo player. I love it.
But this fun game has a very serious purpose, informing seniors about Medicare fraud.
Medicare fraud, as you heard last week, is a $60 to $100 billion industry. That's how much money Medicare loses. And I always like to remind you that that is your money.
Senior Medicare Patrol, or SMP bingo, plays just like regular bingo.
She's got bingo.
But the cards contain important information about how seniors can detect fraud.
G53. Be suspicious if a service or equipment is free, but your Medicare number is needed.
And the seniors playing on this day appreciate the information.
Well, I try to stay pretty informed, but I'm glad that you're adding to it, my information and expanding it.
I loved it. It gave a lot of information as you were playing. And, it's things that we don't normally know.
Yes, I learn a lot, and things that I do that I can't keep on doing.
A common scheme right now works like this. Scammers somehow get or persuade a senior to give them their Medicare number. And once they have that info, they send medical equipment to the senior's home. Equipment their doctor never ordered. The fraudsters then overbill Medicare, costing taxpayers billions. Ophelia thinks it might have happened to her.
Oh, yeah.
What did you get?
It was medicine for my stomach. I don't have problem. So I called my clinic and asked, and the doctor was mad with me because he said that he didn't send it. How could I have that? I said, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
If seniors suspect Medicare fraud, they should report it. And staff at the Area Agency on Aging, like Eva Marisha, will help them do it.
Who are you gonna call?
It's important for seniors to report Medicare fraud so that government investigators can go after the bad guys.
It's the biggest healthcare fraud case in history.
It happens a lot right here in Tampa Bay.
This is exclusive video here showing federal agents raiding medical supply companies in Largo.
The proceeds of the scheme were used to purchase exotic cars.
And when scammers are caught, we're all winners. Bingo. Joining me now is Geraldine Fortney, the Shine Program Manager at the Area Agency on Aging. She's our Medicare guru. Welcome, Geraldine.
Thank you, Catherine.
So we heard in the video about how big a problem Medicare fraud is, but it bears repeating. Tell us again, the numbers just seem astounding.
Yes, Medicare fraud is a $60 to $100 billion industry. That is the amount of money that Medicare scammers are stealing from the Medicare fund.
Those numbers just keep growing year after year?
Yes, they do, unfortunately.
So why should people care about Medicare fraud if I'm not a senior or it's never happened to me?
Because when you're working, you pay into that Medicare fund. Every paycheck, you pay a portion to Medicare, just like you do Social Security. So it's really important that that money stay there so that when you do get ready for Medicare, that money is available to you.
Now, it seems like these scammers are pretty sneaky and they go after people in a variety of ways, but what are some of the schemes going on right now?
Well, currently, braces are being mailed to seniors, such as your wrist brace or your knee brace. Genetic testing kits, items that they don't need. And then those items are billed to Medicare. And people need to remember that they shouldn't just be receiving those items, that those items need to be requested by a doctor through a doctor's order.
So boxes of stuff just land at people's door?
They do. They absolutely do. So don't just put them in your closet. Report that to us.
And the scammers come at folks in all different ways. They might even come to your door or call you on the phone?
Yes, we call those government imposters. So government imposters are the people that are calling you and asking you to verify your Medicare number or your Social Security number. Remember, a government agency is not going to call you unless you've asked them to call you. People are now also knocking on your door, and they're offering services to our seniors such as hospice. Again, just like the braces and the testing kits and all of your services that you need, hospice must be requested by your doctor through a prescription. So people are not going to be knocking on your door offering for those services.
And you mentioned they're trying to get that Medicare number. How should people treat it?
Treat it like your Social Security card. Protect it. You do not need to be giving that out.
And that's the main thing they need?
That's what they need in order to bill Medicare.
And I think one of the things that makes seniors an easy target is that sometimes we're just too polite. It's hard to just slam down that phone. We want to be nice to people.
That's true. We do want to be nice to people. But I always remind seniors, don't be intimidated by people that call you or knock on your door. Remember, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I have something on the stove right now. Let me get your name and your phone number and call you back. Most of the time, if they're a scammer, they're just going to hang up on you.
So if people do get a box at their door or are looking at their Medicare statement and something seems fishy, what should they do?
They need to give us a call. Call Eva in our office. She'd be happy to help you. Her extension is 235, and that phone number is 727-570-9696.
So she'll assess the situation and and help people walk through the reporting process if it looks like there is some fraud going on.
Absolutely. She's more than happy to help. And if it's not fraud, which we are hopeful that it might not be, she'll let you know that as well to put your mind at ease.
That's wonderful. Someone to kind of hold your hand through the process.
Exactly.
I think we pretty much covered it, Geraldine. Anything you'd like to add?
Just that Medicare funds and Medicare monies are yours to be used for your health care. So please help us find the scammers and get them prosecuted.
Wonderful information today, Geraldine. Thanks for your time here today.
Thanks for having me, Catherine.
As I mentioned before, the mission of the Area Agency on Aging is to help seniors live safely in their homes longer. We also serve individuals with disabilities and caregivers. So if you need some help at home or you know of someone who could use some assistance, call the Area Agency on Aging Helpline. That number is 1-800-963-5337. We get a lot of calls, so you might have to leave a message, but someone will call you back. That number again, 1-800-963-5337. Thanks for joining us today for this edition of Aging on the Suncoast. I'm Catherine Bursch. Live well at home.